In the state of Washington, licensed electrical contractors are required to comply with the Washington State Electrical Code, specifically WAC 296-46B. This code prohibits the installation of new electrical equipment if it violates existing code requirements. Therefore, installing new lights in a garage with existing code violations is not legally permissible without addressing those violations first. As a licensed electrical contractor, responsibility extends to the safety and code compliance of all electrical work performed. Installing new lights without rectifying existing code violations can lead to liability for any subsequent electrical fires or other incidents that may arise from those violations. A homeowner's request to install new lights while neglecting code violations is not acceptable. It's crucial to explain to the homeowner the importance of code compliance for their safety and the integrity of their electrical system. Furthermore, they must be informed that installing new lights without addressing the existing violations is against the law. In Washington state, wiring detached garages, pole buildings, and similar structures with exposed Romex cable is permissible. However, the installation must adhere to code requirements. Firstly, the cable must be protected from damage caused by nails or screws. This protection can be achieved through the use of conduit, cable guards, or other approved methods. Secondly, the cable must be supported by approved means. Acceptable support methods include staples, cable ties, or boxes. Thirdly, the cable must be securely attached to the sheathing of the building. The recommended course of action is to decline installing new lights until the code violations are properly addressed. Explain the potential liability risks to the homeowner. Offer to provide a detailed cost estimate for the necessary repairs. If the homeowner remains unwilling to address the violations, it's important to document the decision and suggest they consult with a qualified electrician who is willing to perform the work in accordance with code requirements. This will protect against liability and potential electrical hazards. When evaluating an existing electrical system, identify any undersized conductors. For example, using number 12 wire on a 40 amp breaker is a code violation because number 12 wire is not rated to handle 40 amps. This creates an overcurrent situation and a potential fire hazard. All conductors must be appropriately sized for the breaker they are connected to, in accordance with the National Electrical Code, or NEC, tables. The absence of conduit where required is another common code violation. In many jurisdictions, conductors must be protected by conduit, especially where exposed to physical damage. Allowing conductors to run freely through open air or be supported only by roofing nails violates these requirements. Romex cable, while acceptable in certain applications, must be properly supported and protected. Running Romex haphazardly throughout a garage and supporting it with roofing nails is a clear violation of code. Securing Romex cable requires the use of approved staples or cable ties at appropriate intervals. The NEC specifies the allowable distances between supports to ensure the cable is properly secured and protected. When communicating with a homeowner who is hesitant to address code violations, it's important to emphasize the long-term benefits of compliance. Explain that addressing these issues will not only ensure their safety but also increase the value and lifespan of their electrical system. Offer to break down the necessary repairs into manageable phases if budget is a concern. Prioritize the most critical safety issues first and then address the remaining violations over time. Provide the homeowner with a written estimate detailing the scope of work, materials, and labor costs involved in correcting the code violations. This will help them understand the financial implications and make informed decisions. If the homeowner refuses to address the code violations, document all conversations and correspondence related to the matter. This documentation will serve as evidence that you advised the homeowner of the risks and offered solutions. Consult with your insurance provider to understand your liability coverage in the event of an incident related to the uncorrected code violations. It's important to have adequate coverage to protect against potential claims. Before starting any electrical work, obtain the necessary permits from the local building department. This will ensure that the work is inspected and approved by a qualified electrical inspector. Adhering to the permit process demonstrates commitment to code compliance and helps protect against liability. If unsure about specific code requirements or interpretations, consult with a qualified electrical inspector or a code expert. They can provide guidance and clarification to ensure the work meets all applicable standards. Stay up to date on the latest electrical codes and regulations by attending continuing education courses and industry seminars. This will help stay informed of changes and best practices in the electrical field. When hiring subcontractors, ensure that they are also licensed and insured. Verify their qualifications and track record to ensure that they adhere to code compliance standards. Regularly inspect the work of subcontractors to identify and correct any code violations or safety hazards. This proactive approach helps maintain a high level of quality and reduces the risk of liability. Implement a comprehensive safety program for electrical workers. This program should include training on safe work practices, hazard identification, and the use of personal protective equipment. Regularly review and update the safety program to reflect changes in code requirements and industry best practices. Use high-quality electrical materials and equipment that are listed and labeled by a recognized testing laboratory such as UL or ETL. This ensures that the materials meet safety standards and are suitable for the intended application. Avoid using counterfeit or substandard electrical products, as they may pose a safety hazard and violate code requirements. Properly dispose of all waste materials and debris from electrical work sites. This helps prevent environmental contamination and reduces the risk of accidents. Educate customers about energy efficiency measures and recommend energy-saving electrical products and practices. This helps reduce energy consumption and lower utility bills. Install surge protection devices to protect electrical equipment from voltage spikes and power surges. This helps prevent damage to equipment and reduces the risk of electrical fires. Conduct regular maintenance inspections of electrical systems to identify and address potential problems before they become major issues. This proactive approach helps extend the lifespan of electrical equipment and reduces the risk of breakdowns. Use arc fault circuit interrupters, or SIs, to protect against electrical fires caused by arc faults. SIs are required in many areas of the home, including bedrooms and living rooms. Install ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, in areas where water is present, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor locations. GFCIs protect against electrical shock by quickly shutting off power when a ground fault is detected. Clearly label all electrical panels and circuits to identify the loads they serve. This helps prevent confusion and makes it easier to troubleshoot electrical problems. Use tamper-resistant receptacles to protect children from electrical shock. Tamper-resistant receptacles have internal shutters that prevent objects from being inserted into the slots. Install smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors to protect against fire and carbon monoxide poisoning. These detectors should be installed in accordance with code requirements and tested regularly. Provide customers with detailed documentation of all electrical work performed, including circuit diagrams, equipment specifications, and warranty information. This documentation provides a valuable record of the electrical system and helps with future maintenance and repairs. Offer customers extended warranty options to provide additional protection against equipment failures and other unforeseen problems. Stay involved in the electrical industry by participating in trade associations and attending industry events. This helps network with other professionals and stay informed of the latest trends and technologies. Seek professional advice from attorneys and accountants to ensure operate business in compliance with all applicable laws and regulations. Maintain accurate records of financial transactions, insurance coverage, and licensing requirements. If you encounter a situation where you are unsure of the best course of action, seek guidance from experienced colleagues or mentors in the electrical industry. Don't be afraid to ask for help when needed, as this can prevent mistakes and ensure compliance with code requirements. Treat customers with respect and professionalism, and always strive to provide excellent service. Building a strong reputation for quality and reliability will help attract new customers and grow your business. Continuously improve skills and knowledge through ongoing training and education. Staying up to date on the latest technologies and best practices will help provide the best possible service to customers. Remember that electrical safety is paramount, and always prioritize safety over profit. Taking shortcuts or ignoring code violations can have serious consequences, including injury, property damage, and legal liability. By adhering to the highest standards of safety and code compliance, are successful and ethical in the electrical business.